So this park I'm at is called Marymount Park in Clearwater. And the rest of it, as you could see behind me, is all fenced off. Not really sure what they're planning on doing, but I have a lot of fond memories. Airplanes. This park was here when I was a kid. I lived and grew up in this neighborhood, so the sound of those small craft airplanes are very familiar to me. It brings back a lot of good childhood memories. For instance, like at this park, when I went to school in elementary and middle school, so for 8 years altogether, every year we had our field day here. And then we started having it at a different park, but that was when I got a little bit older. So back there behind me, I still to this day, thanks to my mom, rest peacefully mom, she kept a lot of our childhood school memories and pictures and little things that we made when my sisters and I were kids. And in the stuff that I have from my mom, I still have a couple of first place ribbons from field day right here in this park behind me. So we would just, like potato races with the spoon, or sack races, different things like that. And then they would have tables set up and drinks and things like that. It was just a really nice time and a lot of good memories here. But by the looks of this park today, it's like it's been very bittersweet for me to come back home, because it's like every time I turn around or I go visit a significant place in Clearwater that is emotionally significant for me, it's either destroyed or no longer in existence, and it's like I feel like they're literally deleting my childhood. And the problem is that Clearwater now only caters to one of two groups. You either have to be a tourist or you have to be a Scientologist. And if you're not a tourist or you're not a Scientologist, then Clearwater has no consideration for anyone. But it was a different city when I was growing up here. Completely different city. There is an apartment complex right next to this park where my friends and their parents lived when I was a kid. And ever since I was a kid, I have watched the Scientologists literally take over my city. Apartment complex by apartment complex, resorts, the old Fort Harrison Hotel, which is a historic landmark. They have gotten a hold of every pristine piece of Clearwater that's left in existence, and they hoard it for themselves instead of freely sharing Earth's gifts with all humans, as we all should do. So I find it disgusting that a group a cult can claim that they're a religion and then not pay any taxes and have some of the most prime waterfront real estate in Clearwater, in Pinellas County. I go to work every day and I pass by 2 Scientology-owned buildings right across from one another on the corner. And their corporation is called FLAG, F-L-A-G. They have buses all through the city. They own these commercial buildings, all kinds of real estate in Clearwater, because they're one of the groups that want domination and control, just like some other secret societies. Well, Florida was once a tropical rainforest, perfect home for wildlife that lived here, all kinds of wildlife. And anymore, it's condos, smoke shops, car washes, resorts. And I can see what they're doing. They are squeezing you down to these little bits of areas, like the Native Americans on reservations, for an example, while they take all the primo properties and waterfront and access to natural resources like sulfur springs, mineral springs, natural water resources, things like that. Or if there's lithium under the ground or gold under the ground, they take it. And then they leave you shit, for lack of a better term. And now what they're doing, what you're seeing across the country with the fires in California, the back-to-back hurricanes that were catastrophic, the blizzard conditions in the east, Hawaii fires, it's all controlled demolition. They want to remove the grid that's currently in place and make a new AI grid. So they're demolishing anything and anyone that gets in their way. And if they want a certain piece of property in a certain geographic location, they'll use their weapons of mass destruction to make sure they get it. And enough is enough. I've had enough. I'm tired of watching my city turn into a shit pile when it used to be a paradise. I mean, Clearwater Beach is ranked one of the top 10 beaches in the entire country for a reason. It used to be gorgeous. Now it's just a commercial tourist zone that you want to avoid because the traffic getting over the bridge is just not even worth it. So anyways, this apartment complex, sorry I digress, the apartment complex where my friend's family used to live, they were tossed out on their asses. And I'm talking, this was back in the 80s when the Scientologists bought Hacienda Gardens apartments and moved all their uniform-wearing Scientologist followers. And, they get away with literal crimes, and they get away scot-free not paying taxes. What? But I sure know that every 2 weeks when I get my paycheck from work, I guarantee I'm seeing hundreds of dollars taken out in taxes every 2 weeks. Come on, man. Ooh. So, as of yesterday, we have a very large planetary alignment 6 planets so far, soon to be 7 next week when Mercury joins the group, the gang, the crew, and it will make an arch over the Earth, and I refer to it as what's known as the Royal Arch. It is a very significant point in the timeline of history of Earth, and I would just encourage everyone to maybe take some time to reflect on their life so far and the choices that we've made in this life, and assess things. If we could go back, would we do anything different? If so, why? What's right or wrong about this situation that happened? And then really just tackle these things, because that's what the energy of these planets is going to bring in, is this very profound awakening energy of like, well, up till now, yay or nay. And based on that answer is the direction that, you're going to head on a timeline. Do you want your best life? Do you want good things, happiness, connection, wholeness, purpose, meaning? Then, the best thing you could do is be confident in your integrity and your honesty. And do you walk the right path? Do you walk your talk? Or could you use some adjustment? Because this planetary energy is going to bring that adjustment, is basically what I'm trying to say. So if you don't make corrections where they need to be corrected, the universe is going to do it for you. So, and it's not always pretty that way. Trust me, I know from personal experience. I'm not hating. I did everything the hard way. So I'm here to tell you, it's better if you just, learn to be a self-starter in that area, especially if you're a Capricorn like me and your planetary ruler happens to be Saturn. Saturn don't play, all right? So, anyways, there are going to be a lot of changes happening all over the world. And whether anybody wants to label it good or bad, they are necessary. They are necessary in order to bring in a new way, a better way. If you look at any sector, any field in this world, there are problems. Something is broken, something is wrong, or it is harmful altogether. There are better ways for everything. I'm talking nutrition, medicine, well-being, mental, spiritual, physical, education, organic ways of living, materials that could be used in place of other harmful materials, the destruction and pollution of the earth during the industrial age. It's time that we clean this mess up. And if we don't, it's like a ticking time bomb. We're on a path of destruction. So what do you think the only inevitable outcome will be? And every little bit contributes to that great big whole destruction, because that's the only path destruction can take, is to destruction. Creation takes a path of creation, life, destruction, death. So it's like we're at the point now, choose one. And are we going to continue to just go along with the same things that are in place right now because, well, that's the way they've always been, so that's the way I'm just going to continue to do them? Or are we going to say, well, this is the way that everybody does it and always has, but it's obviously not working. So even though everybody else might be against me or even laugh at me, I'm going to go do it this way and try something new because it's better. And my conscience tells me that it's better, because I'm listening to my conscience, whether I should listen to it or I shouldn't listen to it. Should I do the right thing or should I go along with the crowd? It's time for what's popular to go away and what's trendy to go away. It's time for what's right and what's necessary happen, or then none of us are going to have anything to worry about because we won't be here at all to have to worry. That's what I'm saying. The level of the amount of destruction plus the energy consumption, and now factor in all the extra CPU usage with the AI grids. It's as if you take a bomb and you just press activate because it's too much. Earth is a living being. You're a living being. I'm a living being. If you had everything and everyone sucking every bit of energy out of you at every second of every day, wouldn't it cause you to collapse? Eventually, give out. Well, that's what's happening to Earth. It's too much. It's everything. Network connections, consuming our food, everything, traveling, resources, everything that we consume, spending money, buying, shopping, everything has an impact. And Earth's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. And nobody really will. Even the Creator tells us this. Be still. And we don't listen. So we're either going to listen and we're going to do the right thing and we're going to actually act on that and change things, or we're just going to continue to not listen. And then eventually, sooner or later, we'll have that really nasty rude awakening. The choice is individual, but collectively as a whole, we have a profound impact and we can make this happen. We can make change happen faster than their development of AI.